Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dina and today we are going to take a look at some of the ornaments on my family's tree. We have two Christmas trees and this one has the colorful lights as well as quite a few Christopher Radko ornaments. We have a lot of Santas on this tree. They all make some nice noises, I think. They're very detailed Christopher Radko ornaments. It's hard to see in some of these shots, but they all have individual eyelashes drawn on them even. There's somebody who their entire job is to sit and paint the eyelashes, which is pretty cool. We also have some traditional style round baubles. Most of them have winter scenes painted on. This is a baker Santa. He has a chef's hat on. The top of the hat is actually kind of smooth. It's interesting texture. And of course, I like the noise that the actual tree makes. When I pull on the branches a little bit, some of the ornaments make a little jingling noise too. This is a pretty big ornament. We put the larger ornaments towards the bottom of the tree, and they get progressively smaller the higher up on the tree they are. This Santa is pretty shiny. He has a shiny coat. And he's also pretty heavy. He weighs down the branch a little bit. Ooh, and this Santa has a really nice robe. He almost looks like a wizard. I guess he is kind of a wizard, isn't he? He also has a really curly beard here. Ooh, and a cute little house. I believe it's a gingerbread house. The front poles there are peppermint canes. And there are like gumdrops on the roof. Maybe that isn't snow, but icing. This Santa has quite a few presents around him. And a snowman. This snowman has a nice scarf and hat combo going on, as well as gloves. It's interesting that he has like snow arms and not like twigs. Or I guess snow person. I guess it could be a girl. Who knows? I like how all the colors of this tree reflect off the ornaments. It makes even the plainer ornaments look really cool. Though even these ornaments have quite a lot of glitter on them still. Now this is probably the biggest ornament on the tree. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's about 2 times the size of my hand. He's at the very bottom, the Santa. He's got a nice striped top there. And it seems like he's holding some gifts. There's a little bit of glitter in his beard too, and on his hat. There, you can see him a little bit better. I didn't really want to like tap his face, so as you can see, he's weighing down the branch quite a bit. We got a pretty strong tree, but this guy, he's been having too many cookies. And here's another little Santa. He has like a little baby polar bear, I think, with him. Also, I believe this Santa's wearing blue, which is interesting. Most of them on this tree are in red, though the wizard Santa had like a yellow-orange robe. He's also holding a little lantern. Maybe he's out exploring with his bear buddy. On this one, I believe there are 2 little reindeer driving a car full of presents, as well as Santa. Oh, well, I suppose Santa would be doing the driving then. It's cute that it's a car instead of like a sleigh, I think. Even when the camera goes out of focus, it still pretty nice to look at a tree, I think. Next up we have a skiing Santa. He's actually kind of resting on a present right now. He's got a giant bag of toys to deliver. And it seems like his coat has a little bit of a glitter plaid pattern. I guess he's staying on those skis by magic because I don't see any bindings on them. Maybe he gave the reindeer the night off. And though it's a bit early, we have some presents underneath our tree already. Our family likes to wrap them in only gold and silver wrap, so they always match pretty well. There's quite a bit of glitter on the ribbons. I wonder what's in this one. Here's another one with a bit of a textured wrap. It's silver, but in the glow of all these lights, you can't really tell. This one is a Santa sitting in front of a tree with a bunch of presents. Just like this one. And this guy back here is a bit of a sleeker Santa. He's been doing his workout. And he's holding a big star. Here we have a lounging Santa with a present. He's weighing down this branch quite a bit. And behind him we have another snow person with skis this time. Again, they seem to be magical skis that don't require any bindings, but then again, snow people don't usually have feet, so maybe they don't need any. Throughout the tree we also have some gold spirals. They're kind of like a garland. This tree hasn't lost very many needles yet. And we have another gingerbread house. This one is quite sparkly. Maybe it just has a lot of sugar dusted on it. And here is a Christmas tree with a bunch of presents underneath. A Christmas tree ornament on a Christmas tree. Over here we have a nutcracker, I believe. He's not a functional one, but... or perhaps he's a toy soldier? I'm not too sure. Either way, he makes some nice noises. As you can see, some of the ornaments are a bit farther in the tree than others. This Santa's kind of stepping on some presents, I think. Or at least he's about to. Hope he doesn't squish any. This Santa has kind of like a top hat on. Here's one of my favorites. It's a cat with a Santa hat on top of a stack of presents. Can't you just picture a cat doing that? Jumping on top of all of them like that? Like, what? What's wrong? What am I doing? Though not many cats would willingly have a Santa hat on themselves. I think these longer ornaments are quite interesting shapes. And here's a little gingerbread man. He's quite dense, as you might hear. Also, he has a baker's hat, so it's like a gingerbread man that makes gingerbread. And another Christmas tree with presents. This time there are 2 kids decorating the tree. another shiny traditional bauble. The glass on these is pretty thick, I believe, so it makes a pretty low noise. And another of my favorites. This one is a cat who's fallen asleep in a upside-down Santa hat. It also has a little bow and a bit of holly. It's hard to see here, but the cat is kind of like a calico, and it just looks so cute and cozy. I wish one of our cats would fit in a Santa hat. Another traditional style ornament. It's nice to have a few of them on the tree to balance things out. Here's another Santa. He kind of looks like a wizard too. I think the ones with staffs just look like wizards for some reason. His coat is pretty epic too. He's not quite a portly Santa, but he's not the slender style either, so it's a nice in-between, I think. He kind of reminds me of Hagrid. And here's a tiny little snowman with a very large hat. He's also quite dense, as you may hear. Here's an interesting one. It's a very detailed stocking. It has little pom-poms on the back. Not real pom-poms though, they're also made of glass. But it has a very intricate pattern on it for the size of the ornament. Quite a few colors in there. And here we have a bauble that kind of shows like a 3 wise men scene. This Santa has some capris on, it looks like. And kind of an elf style hat, as well as a delivery parcel of presents. This castle looks like it's made out of candy. It's very glittery, but if you can tell the size of it, it's actually high up on the tree. I would get closer, but this was already almost out of my reach. Next to it we have a little snowman with a robe on. He's quite a fancy snowman. We also have a Santa going down a chimney with quite the stack of presents. They're all very different colored, and some have patterns on them as well. The glow of Christmas tree lights is calming, I think. Here's the Santa wizard again. And you can see how far up the tree goes. It's pretty tall. Here's a little cupcake. It doesn't quite fit in the theme of the rest of them, but has a little peppermint on top, and it's very sparkly. As well as another traditional style one. They make much deeper noises. Back in here, there's a little family of snow people. The mom has like an apron on. They all have different color scarves and hats. And here is another stocking. This stocking has some snow on it, as well as an entire very intricate winter scene. You can see the scale. People must have to be very skilled to paint such a small scene with that kind of detail. These are hand painted, the Radkos anyway. And here's a little sleigh full of presents. Again, one of the smaller ornaments. At the very top of the tree we have some that are about half this size. But I couldn't reach those, of course. Even here it's a little bit difficult to reach. And here's a little skate. I believe it has some presents in it, which is kind of funny. It looks as though there's some jewels in the lining there. Just gonna turn this Santa a little bit so you can see him. Not sure why he was wanting to face towards a tree. He's kind of resting on his presents. This wrapping paper is a very nice texture. And it's very shiny. Here are some silver presents. They have so much glitter on them. Especially the bows. This one is wrapped in a snowflake theme. And this one just has silver all over the wrap. So much glitter. Most of these bows are like double bows, so they have 2 different types of ribbons on them. Really like that look. And this is the tag that tells you who it's for and who it's from. We also include a little clue on all of our presents. I like how all the colors of the tree are reflected in this one. It gives a very nice effect. The way this glitter is, it almost looks kind of like a rainbow, thanks to the lights. There's some more of the garland. And a wizard Santa. Here's one of the smaller Santas on the tree. You can kind of see his feet on the underside of him, which I think is a very cute detail. You might also notice there are some little birds on the tree. These are actually made out of mushrooms, and they were made in Germany. There's a little tree on the tree. Another little candy house, or gingerbread house. You can see how small this one is. I like how these ornaments work both close up and far away. They're very fun to look at. Here's a look at some of the top parts of the tree. I wish I could reach up there. Here's a Santa that's kind of flying. And here's the big guy again. You can kind of see how big he is now that we have seen some of the smaller ones. It's always hard to find a branch that will accommodate his size without completely bending. Here's a closer look at some of these presents. Who could this one be for? There are only a few under the tree at the moment, but there will be quite a few more by Christmas Day. This wrap says Merry Christmas all over it. This ribbon is quite thick and moldable. It's fun to bend. So here is the whole tree, presents and all. I think it's very cool to look at from far away. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of these ornaments with me. And I'd like to say happy holidays for whatever you may celebrate. And I hope to see you when I look at the white light tree. Bye!